Hey, what's going on, No Nation? It's your guy, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. Man, the transfer portal is going crazy. Good gracious. If you're an FSU fan, you've seen a number of guys indicate that they plan to enter the transfer portal. We'll see how that plays out. I have my thoughts on that. I'll say this. The battle is in, and the coaching staff will keep the players that they want to keep or who they value without paying over the market price. So just keep that in mind. I wrote a little something about that on Chop Chat. In this particular video, we're going to look at a second option for FSU coaches in the transfer portal at the quarterback position. If you had a chance, if you haven't had a chance, I should say, to check out the video I released on Wednesday featuring Oregon State's DJ Ugalele. Ooh, I think I butchered that. But you can kind of see the strengths and weaknesses of him. And so in this video, we're going to look at what Washington State's Cam Ward brings to the table. A lot of people look at Cam Ward as the top option in the portal as far as quarterbacks go. And so we're going to look at it and see what the film reveals. Thought DJ Ugalele was a decent fit for what Mike Norvell wants to do. And like I said, you can check out that video. I linked it up there above. But we're going to go ahead and get into this Cam Ward footage. So if you could, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're an FSU fan, we'll be pumping out content, quality content, pretty often, several times a week, whenever, things come about. We won't post anything just to post anything, put it that way. So if you could, share it, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn those notifications on because you never know when I might drop something. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the community, join. There's a little join button down there. Check that out, see what the options are. And we would love to get you a part of that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this Cam Ward footage here. All right. So I chose Oregon, the same team that I chose for DJ's footage, because Oregon is the best defense that these guys are going to face. And listen, I'll be honest with you, man. The Pac-12 defenses are trash. I mean, Oregon's defense is pretty good, but overall, these defenses, because you'll see some footage from I think Oregon State, the Oregon State game in this too, or maybe Washington. These defenses aren't very good. So just keep that in mind. Some of these windows are not going to be as open as they are in this footage. But here we are, Cam Ward's 2nd and 10. I couldn't find a video with the entire game, so I had to go with this one that's just a highlight package. So these plays not in succession like I had for DJ. So they're going to be kind of random. So here it's 2nd and 10. They need to get some yardage here or first down. So we'll see what we got. And you'll see kid's got a live arm of that. One thing I want you to notice though, watch, he's dropping back and he's probably you got 3 receivers over here. And so he's automatically looking in this general vicinity off top. So this is a pretty easy read to see who's open. Just he's got time, sets his feet, delivers it. Nice ball there. Nice ball. Got time, make the throw. Boom. And this is still, so second quarter's tied 3-3 against Oregon. Now this is something, and he's got a quick release. It's like just a flick of the wrist kind of. So if you watched the DJ video, you saw that I pointed out that DJ isn't very accurate throwing on the run. Here you see Cam Ward, kind of sidestep a defender, run around and make a very accurate throw on the run. Hits a guy and he gets some yards after the catch. That's a nice throw, man. Real nice throw. All right, so far so good. Here's another one. So 3rd and 6, They're in the red zone, approaching the red zone. Need a first down here. Don't want to settle for a field goal. And watch this. This is nice. Look at that. Look at it. That arm angle change is crazy. Defender comes off the edge. He just drops down sidearm, just whips it right around the defender. Hits the guy coming out of the backfield in stride. I mean, you can't really ask for much better than that. That's just natural talent. Nice play. Nice play. Here's another excellent throw, man. It's a tight window, man. But one thing that I want you to keep notice of, though, you notice how Washington State, they got 3 guys again. This is the second time they got 3 guys kind of in the same area. And so he's looking in this one direction. So it's kind of it's one read, but then it's not. But the thing is, he didn't have to scan different parts of the field. He can kind of just see, okay, who's getting open, who's going to be open, and he makes a decision and throws the ball. Here, he got plenty of time. Sets his feet, makes throws a dart, puts it right on the money. Man, that's nice. And that was 2nd and 15 too. So he picks up the first down there. Big time throw right there, man. Let's see. Oregon's up. It's approaching halftime in this particular game. They're rushing 4, and he just drops in the bucket. With a guy kind of bearing down on him a little bit, which is important because there's a play later on you'll see that he does not make an accurate throw under pressure. Man, I mean, he just drops this. But notice how he never looks. They got 3 guys in the vicinity. Look at this. There's 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. It's almost like, they got levels to this. And so it just makes it easier for him to read the throw. Man, that's a throw, though. Good gracious. Now, here's an aspect that a lot of people kind of are enamored by and compare Cam Ward to Jordan Travis. I'll say this. Cam Ward is a little bigger than Jordan Travis. I mean, he obviously is mobile, can move around in the pocket, pick up chunk yards, but I don't think he's the same caliber of runner as Jordan Travis as far as escapability or elusiveness. But this is a nice play right here. Again, look, he's dropping back and he never looks over here. He never looks over here. He's looking here the whole time. Picks it up. I haven't watched much of Washington State's offense. I'm not sure if it's a one-read offense or what, but here it looks like he's they're putting him in positions to make really easy reads and make a decision, get rid of the ball quickly. And here nothing's open, so he takes off. All right, now here's a difference between Ward and Ugalele. I think I got it right that time. 1st and 10. Notice the read here. See, he looks to the left. He for whatever reason he always looks to the left. It seems like we'll keep looking at it, but here he's looking to the left. See, he kind of hesitates. Nothing's open. Then it's like, uh-oh, what do I do now? And he winds up taking a sack. And see, this is where I'm talking about. Well, he doesn't have that elusiveness that Jordan Travis does. He's a bigger guy. So this is something to keep an eye on here. If that first read isn't open, what does Cam Ward become? Something to think about. Third and 10, obvious passing situation. Holding the ball. And this is something I want to point out too. Cam, see how he's holding the ball like a loaf of bread here? Cam Ward is susceptible to fumbles. He fumbled something like 12, 13 times this year. And this is a prime example of why. These guys coming from behind, he's not aware. He didn't fumble here, but this would be a situation where it would, could come into play. Another thing is Cam Ward, Washington State gave up 38 sacks this year. Now, could it be the O-line is terrible? Could it be Cam's holding the ball too long, like right here? Maybe a combo of both. But 38 sacks is way too many times. Way too many times. So something to keep in mind. Ugalele only got sacked. I think it was something like, the whole team only allowed 15 sacks. I don't know how many of those were on DJ, but there's something to keep in the back of your mind. So here's 2nd and 8. Got time. Nobody's open. And he avoids the sack and picks up like 4 yards there. So he can run, but he's not, I don't think he's quite the runner everybody thinks he is, especially not against good defenses. Now, when you're playing Colorado State and Oregon State, whose defense was terrible, when you're playing Stanford and all these other teams that are terrible, you can do those sort of things. But there's a reason why he only rushed for, it was something like 100 yards rushing on over 100 carries. And some of that's because he got sacked so many times. But, there you go. Here, something to keep in mind too. Look, this game is over 38-16 for the most part. Here you have Oregon rushing 3. And so when you look at Oregon playing Washington State and you look at Cam's numbers, you're like, oh, goodness, Oregon up is off the charts. But honestly, a lot of that production came in garbage time. So, here they're only rushing 3, dropping 8. He's got time to throw the ball. Makes a nice throw though. Nice catch by the receiver there. Picks up a first down. He's got such a quick release. It's crazy. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. So here, this is another difference between Cam and DJ that I pointed out. FSU struggled in short yardage, 3rd downs, 4th down, struggled to pick those up. DJ is, he's 6'4", 6'5", 250. He can fall forward for 2 yards. And we show footage of him doing that. Here is 4th and 1 against Washington. And you see Cam does not pick up the first down there. And again, you could say the O-line may be suspect. But this is a lot of what we saw from Jordan Travis this past year, coming up short in these situations. And you can't have that against good teams. All right. Here's another play, tie ball game, 3rd quarter. again, where does Cam Ward look first? He looks to the left every time. Every time looks to the left. And when it's not open, he holds that ball and you see he starts drifting back. Nobody's open and he loses what, 14 yards, 12, 14 yards. He should have just kept running that and just threw it out of bounds right here. Right here. He should have just kept running right here and just thrown it out of bounds. But, he tries to make a play. Here's the play I mentioned earlier where he was under pressure and made an inaccurate throw. Pressure right at the middle, which is the toughest to deal with. Double clutches, throws it off his back foot, throws it behind the receiver, and it's intercepted. So when you look at Cam Ward, and Cam Ward obviously, looks like a really good athlete, really great arm. When he has time to throw the ball, he can make some amazing throws. He makes really good adjustments. He can drop down to different arm angles. It looks like didn't see much as far as the straight read option run game that we know that Norvell would like to run, or we've seen Jordan Travis run when he was healthy. We've seen DJ run the ball off read option. So you have to start looking at it and say, okay, well, depending on how FSU looks next year, O-line wise, is what Cam Ward brings, what he brings to the table. Is it going to fit? Right? Is the O-line going to be able to hold up long enough for him to make the reads, to make those throws? And if not, is he going to take a bunch of sacks like he did this year? Is he willing to run the ball? Is he willing to carry the ball, 100 to 150 times? Because, that's something that we saw. They had to protect Jordan Travis, this year because, he just has a history of getting banged up because he's a smaller guy. He's about 212 pounds, 215. Cam's a little bigger, 220, 225. But still, when you start getting beat on, and again, these defenses in the ACC are different than the Pac-12. A lot of people don't want to give the ACC credit, but when you looked at the number of quarterback pressures, it was the majority of ACC teams that were up there, according to PFF. So you look at the number of sacks Cam took, look at the number of fumbles, you look at the price tag, the potential price tag, I should say. Is he willing to run the way that FSU may need the quarterback to run to open up that run game, because the O-line may not be quite there just yet? Is Cam going to be able to pick up those short and third and shorts, fourth and shorts? Maybe. So, it's one of those things where, Cam's a really talented guy. It's just, is everything he brings to the table going to fit what FSU needs going, in 2024? And then depending on what the price tag is, is what he brings to the table that much better than what DJ Uiagalelei brings? I don't know. Going into this, I posted, I said I could rock with either one of them. I think I still can. But, I think you're probably more boom and bust with Cam than you are with DJ. You may be able to get a better quality of player from the portal if you get Cam, as far as O-line, wide receivers that may want to play with him just because he has a lot of hype behind him. So it'll be interesting. What I will say is I will trust the coaches on this. They do a really good job of evaluating, and I mean those guys don't really miss too much as far as portal guys. And so I'm sure they've done their homework. Obviously, they like both of them. Both of them are visiting. You have Cam Ward's going to be there on campus from starting Thursday and leaving Saturday morning, and then DJ is going to arrive this weekend. So, whoever they decide, I'm sure there'll be reasons for, obviously, fit, leadership, who could potentially want to come play with that player from the portal, um, durability or not, ball security, leadership. Um, all of these are factors that'll come into play. And, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Like I said, the more I look, the more I looked at Kim, I feel like he's more boom and bust than DJ. Now, DJ has his faults also, especially with inaccuracies. But what the coaching staff will have to do is play to both of their strengths. If Cam is solely a one read guy, because it kind of looked like it on the film there, and if that's not open, what happens? Is he going to just stand there and not run the ball? I mean, all of that, all I think all the flaws that both of these guys have can be corrected with coaching. And Mike Norvell, Tony Tokars, Alex Atkins are among the best offensive minds in the game. I mean, you saw what they did with Jordan Travis, and they're among the best as far as this game planning and scheming and things of that nature. So I'll say this: whomever they take of the two, if it comes down to one of these two players, I don't think you should be upset with either one of them. Again, I can see the strengths for both. I can see the cons for both. And these guys know what they're doing. They know their offense much better than you or I. They know what characteristics that person needs to succeed. So I would expect that we probably would have a decision between if it's one of these two guys within the next, I would say within the next week and a half, maybe. And I think that'll set the ball rolling for some of the other transfers that they'll be targeting thereafter. So and man, if you enjoy this content, man, let me know how I did. What do you think? Did I miss the mark as far as some of the stuff with Cam? Maybe you weren't aware of some of the potential negatives that I pointed out. But yeah, let me know. Want to hear from you. Appreciate all the support, guys. It's always fun talking FSU football, FSU sports in general. And shout out to you guys for keeping that pressure on Kirk Herbstreit. Saw him whining and crying, all emotional on the timeline on Wednesday. Keep that pressure on him. The more he talks, the more he digs a hole for himself. So shout out to No Nation FSU Twitter, and keep doing your thing. And we'll keep doing our thing here on Built for Playmaker YouTube. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Until the next time, go Noles.